Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to talk about cell. So इस वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे cell, what is cell and cell होता क्या है, cell के types क्या क्या हैं, and who discovered the cell and also the cell theory. Cell organelles we will going to study in our next video. Okay, so basically what is cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life, right? This is the basic unit of life. A living form should exist only when there is a cell, right? Only when there is a cell, we can expect a living form. So, can you imagine in human there are billions of cells? And basically this is the structure of cells, right? It has a nucleus, nucleolus, this is our nucleus, nucleolus and endoplasmic reticulum. If we have ribosome on the endoplasmic reticulum, we call it as rough endoplasmic reticulum. If we don't have ribosome, we call it as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And this is our mitochondria, Golgi apparatus. Similarly, there are a lot of organelles. पहले हम बात करते हैं डिस्कवरी की. Who discovered the cell? Who discovered the cell? So we all know Robert Hooke discovered the cell, right? But the living cell was firstly observed by Antony von Leeuwenhoek. Okay. So cell is a structural and functional unit of life, and there are billions of cells together form an organism. Let's talk about the cell theory. What the cell theory is. Sheldon and Swan were the scientists who discovered the cell theory. Okay, there are some principles of cell theory. मतलब cell theory हमें कहती क्या है? Cell theory हमें ये बताती है that all the living organisms are composed of cells. Obviously, if an organism is living, then they are made up of cells. Okay, cell is the smallest unit of our living system. Yes, cell is we take this as our definition, right? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. If a life form is existing, then there must be a cell. And cell arises from the pre-existing cells. That means, let's say there is a cell, okay? एक सेल है, इस सेल से हमें एक और सेल मिलेगा. That means जो हमारा older सेल था उससे हमें newer सेल मिलेगा. Okay, simple. The next one is cell carry a genetic material in the form of DNA. Cell carry a genetic material in the form of DNA. DNA, what is DNA? DNA is our genetic material, right? This carries genetic information. So these are all the 4 principles of cell theory you must remember. Okay, about the name of the scientist. Scientist के नाम आप तब याद रखो जब आप PU में हो, 10th में हो, तब आपके लिए scientist के नाम important होते हैं. If you are in higher classes, then just go depth into the concept. आप कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, go depth into the concept, not in all this stuff. याद रखना हो तो रखो भाई. So how about virus, guys? Because we all know in virus, RNA is the genetic material. So, and we can't call virus as living also. It is actually a connecting link between the non-living and living organism, right? Because virus is only living when it is in where? When it is in host cell. जब ये host cell में रहता है तब ही ये living रह पाता है. So this two doesn't relate the virus. Virus के लिए ये दो applicable नहीं होंगे because virus is only living when it is in host cell and also it carries RNA as genetic material. Clear? Now let's talk about types of cells. So there are two types of cells. One is prokaryotic cell, and the other one is eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell, okay? First one is prokaryotic cell and the other one is eukaryotic cell. Now let's talk about differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Pro means before, right? Nucleus. It means it doesn't have any nucleus bounded with the nuclear membrane. It just have a nucleoid which is a nucleus-like structure. Okay, nucleoid is just a nucleus-like structure but not nucleus. Okay. न्यूक्लियस प्रोकैरियोट्स में होता है, उन्हें हम कहते हैं न्यूक्लियोइड. न्यूक्लियो मीन्स न्यूक्लियस, ऑइड मीन्स सिमिलर टू. ओके, एंड इट डजंट हैव न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन, राइट. द मेजर डिफरेंस इज इसके पास कोई न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं है. न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं है. Not only nuclear membrane, there are no membrane bond organelles. There are no membrane bond organelles. The DNA is naked. DNA कैसा है? It isn't covered by any kind of membrane. यहाँ पे भी हमने सेम बात की है और यहाँ पे भी हमने सेम बात की है. And the thing is, it has no mitochondria. In the prokaryotic cell, there is no mitochondria. हम mitochondria नहीं देखते हैं. Whereas when it comes to eukaryotic cell, prokaryotic cell is clear ना? Prokaryotic cell means जहाँ पे न्यूक्लियस नहीं होगा. न्यूक्लियस की बगैर जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है उसे हम न्यूक्लियोइड कहते हैं. That means nucleus like. And the nucleoid doesn't cover with any kind of nuclear membrane. Okay, we can draw a sketch, right? Just a minute. So let's say this is our nucleoid. It doesn't cover any membrane. It isn't covered by any kind of membrane. This is a prokaryotic cell. Okay. यहाँ पे न्यूक्लियोइड तो है लेकिन न्यूक्लियोइड के लिए कोई कवरिंग नहीं है. Okay, is this clear? And कोई भी मेम्ब्रेन बोर्ड ऑर्गेनल्स नहीं है, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया नहीं है, जो डीएनए है that is naked. Whereas when it comes to eukaryote, U means true. U means true. Karyon means nucleus. That means it has a true nucleus. Okay, it has a true nucleus. That means यहाँ पे जो nucleus था, यहाँ पे न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन के साथ होगा न्यूक्लियस. ठीक है, न्यूक्लियस जो है वो मेम्ब्रेन के साथ होगा. एंड द सेकेंड थिंग इज मेम्ब्रेन बॉन्ड ऑर्गेनल्स. सारे के सारे मेम्ब्रेन बॉन्ड ऑर्गेनल्स प्रेजेंट रहेंगे. मेम्ब्रेन बॉन्ड ऑर्गेनल्स आर प्रेजेंट. Organelles are present. I'm just writing like this. Hope you get it. And here the DNA was naked, but यहाँ पे जो DNA है वो covered रहेगा. Is covered by protein bound. By protein, it is covered by protein, and also it is a linear. जब हम यहाँ पे linear की बात कर रहे हैं, then note down here the DNA is circular. Okay, I forgot this before. DNA is circular. DNA circular होगा, जबकि यहाँ पे DNA linear रहेगा. यहाँ पे membrane bound organelles नहीं रहेंगे, यहाँ पे membrane bound organelles रहेंगे. यहाँ पे जो न्यूक्लियोइड है वो न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन से कवर नहीं रहेगा, बट यहाँ पे न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन प्रेजेंट रहेगा. ओके, आप इस पॉइंट को स्किप कर सकते हो. जब आप डिफरेंसेस लिख रहे हो तो आप इस पॉइंट को स्किप कर देना. मैंने सिर्फ आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए बताया था. न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं रहेगा, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन रहेगा. मेम्ब्रेन बोर्न ऑर्गेनल्स आर एब्सेंट आर प्रेजेंट. DNA is naked, DNA is covered by protein, DNA is circular, DNA is linear. Mitochondria is absent and here the mitochondria is present, and mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? मैंने present को ऐसे लिखा है, ठीक है, समझ जाना. This means present. Okay, this is about types of cell, that is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Two types of cells there are. One is prokaryotic and another one is eukaryotic. हम लोग ना ऑर्गेनिज्म को दो तरह से डिवाइड करते हैं. ये ऑब्वियसली दिस इज आल्सो डिवीजन बिटवीन ऑर्गेनिज्म ओनली. अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म में प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल होगा तो हम उन्हें कहेंगे प्रोकैरियोट्स. अगर यूकैरियोटिक सेल होगा तो हम उन्हें कहेंगे यूकैरियोट्स. यू कैन नोट डाउन this organism. We will going to call them prokaryotes, and here we will call them as eukaryotes. इसी तरह से there are other two types, unicellular and multicellular. Okay, if the organism have single type of cell, okay, अगर organism में single type of cell है then we call it as unicellular. But single cell है और single cell is responsible for performing all the functions. Okay, it is responsible performing all the functions. ये एक सेल के पास कैपेबिलिटी है कि वो डाइजेशन करे, अब्जॉर्प्शन करे, एक्सक्रीशन करे. एवरीथिंग विल गोइंग टू बी हैंडल्ड बाय just one cell. We call that cell as unicellular. But when it comes to multicellular, there are multiple cells. Okay, there are many cells and every specific cell has a specific function. Okay, there are specialized cells for every specific functions. Is this clear? Unicellular, multicellular. Unicellular are the single cell which will going to perform all the functions, and the multicellular is the cell which perform, in which there are many cells which specific cells will perform the specific kind of function. Now let's talk about level of organization. Okay, let's go into level of organization. We know every living being is made up of what? They are made up of cell, right? Cell, बहुत सारे सेल मिलकर क्या बनाएंगे? It will form tissue. A lot of tissue together form organ, good, and the organ together form organ system. This is our level of organization. Many cells together form tissue, tissue to organ, and organ to organ system. This is about today's video. In the next video, we are going to talk about cell organelles. Okay, we are going to talk about cell organelles in the next video. Okay, so stay tuned. Till then, take care. Happy learning. See you tomorrow.